Yeah.
What is? Oh,
Hey.
This is rock paper.
Hey.
Okay. I thought he was doing rock paper scissors.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. My name is James Merchant,
And my name is Zachary Walker,
a.k.a. Dubs.
aka Dubs. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's my nickname.
Yeah.
Unlike that other W out there.
Okay. All right.
I know you're watching,
And don't call us. It's not going to be pretty.
or maybe do call us.
Okay. Anyway, welcome back.
'Cause it'll be funny.
Welcome back
to
to
let them cook. Sorry, I cut you
podcast,
off.
a
You could
superhero
say it.
podcast.
Yeah.
It's fine. You said it already. You know what I'm saying? We're bread and butter, you know?
Yeah,
You're the bread.
on the bread,
And
you're
then I'm the
butter.
peanut butter.
You're the peanut butter.
Yeah.
Okay.
George Washington Carver.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Now let's get back.
I'm just following your lead right now.
We have a lot to talk about today. I know Zach is excited. We have a couple things to talk about. Oh, a lot of you guys came at us crazy on TikTok for Poison Ivy, for the superhero misconduct about Poison Ivy.
What was that one person's name?
Taco Bell slut.
Yeah, Taco Bell slut.
Yeah, what was your issue? Like, I gave you facts, and then like you got an attitude, and then reply back. Yeah, if you're watching this, you will be tagged on TikTok. All right, cool.
We know you had to go look on Wikipedia to get those answers. Superhero Wikipedia.
And maybe pay your phone bill because Google's free. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was crazy. Oh my god.
that was crazy. Yeah, I mean, what is your opinion on the Poison Ivy?
I still feel like Poison Ivy personality. I think Poison Ivy is a cool character. I just don't think it makes sense for her to join villains, and you know, when these are the same villains that are trying to destroy, you know, take over the planets, but will do anything necessary. You know what I'm saying? So it just doesn't make sense. But someone in the comments, I forgot your name, but I just want to give you credit. And when I look back, someone in the comments was like, Swamp Thing versus Poison Ivy would be a really good movie, and I also think that would be a really good movie with Swamp Thing going against Poison Ivy, and hopefully converting her, you know, like in a good way and making her neutralized to be like a good guy. I think that would be super dope because I can see Poison Ivy being a superhero too. Like, but we just written her so bad. But then another person brought up a good point that she's like kind of already psycho, so like that's what makes her a super villain. And I'm like, okay, I get that, but you could be psycho and still be like your own supervillain without needing to join a supervillain team, like Legion of Doom, Taco Bell slut. So yeah, like I don't know, but that's just my opinion with Poison Ivy.
Yeah, I got excited when I saw the person say that thing about Man Thing, because that instantly, it was like a light bulb just went off in my head. I'm like, yo, why have we never seen a Man Thing and Poison Ivy team up like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Man Thing or Swamp Thing?
Oh, yeah, Swamp Thing.
Gotcha.
You know?
I got confused for
They're
a
pretty
second.
much the same freaking character.
I mean,
I always
like-
confuse them all the time. But yeah.
Oh, I
Swamp Thing
have a
and
Marvel
Poison Ivy.
superhero misconduct. Clearly you see I'm Team
Taco
Marvel.
Bell slut. The flaw with Taco Bell slut.
No, but
And how Taco Bell slut should be the villain of this Swamp Thing and Poison Ivy movie.
well, if your name is Taco Bell at that point,
If your name is Taco Bell and you're a slut for Taco Bell,
well,
you got a lot of issues.
hold on, I don't know, because they power bowls do be hitting, and I love a good salad. But I mean, I go to Qdoba or like Chipotle or like
Oh, hell
Kava.
no. I'm sorry, James. No,
Uh,
now we're awesomeness. Chipotle is not where it's at.
because just because you had a
Chipotle
bad
almost
experience
killed me.
doesn't mean
I
everyone
choked
don't
on
like
Chipotle food.
See, now
They
we're
put stupid
now we're
fat
never getting
in my
sponsored
taco.
by Chipotle. Like, we're never getting sponsored.
Well, we can get sponsored by Taco
Chipotle,
Bell.
I love y'all. Okay?
I love Taco
I
Bell.
love Chipotle. Let me
not-
be the one to tell you.
Great.
Sorry. Real quick, my really little quick rant about my superhero misconduct. I'm really upset that we will never get to have like Blue Marvel. You know Blue Marvel, right? Blue Marvel, the black guy, the scientist. He's like kind of
From-
on Superman's level.
Is he DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
He is Marvel? Okay.
Blue Marvel, yeah. And then Sentry. I mean, they actually fought in the comics, but I think Sentry won. But I'm upset because I would love to see Blue Marvel and Sentry have their own little I wouldn't even say movie. I was just like a TV show, an animated series, so that way people could get familiar with Blue Marvel and Sentry. Not the Sentry that they about to get in Thunderbolts, but like just an overall like origin of Sentry and Blue Marvel. I think that'll be really dope because I feel like Marvel needs now than ever. And I'm talking about animated series. You can do whatever you want with the MCU. I know you're gonna get into that later, but I feel like with animated series now to like keep Marvel funky and fresh, I think it will definitely be cool to see characters that no one knows about, but like if you just throw it in our faces and force us to watch it, I'm sure people are gonna like it. Like I don't know, and having Blue Marvel, a black scientist turned superhero, will be super dope, you know, for you woke fans. And then Sentry is also and then Sentry is also dope as well, but I feel like people, they sleep on them. You know, I had a friend in college told me, he was like, yeah, but they're too OP, so that's why Marvel won't do it. And I'm like, but that's so stupid. Like, you could easily say in DC, Green Lantern's OP, Superman's OP, Martian Manhunter's OP. Like Marvel, like I'm tired, no shade, I'm tired of seeing these favorite fan service characters like Captain America and Iron Man. I'm tired of seeing them. Like, you have over 1,000 superheroes. Give somebody else a shine. Rotate that out. We already know their legacy. It's time for new superheroes to get that same spotlight and treatment. But I also blame the fans because it's like if it's not broke, don't fix it. So that's how I truly feel. That's just my little superhero misconduct.
I think a missed opportunity for Marvel was not putting Blue Marvel in the Marvels last year. You know, I was just...
It would be funny. I don't see the correlation, but it would be funny.
Because he's another Marvel, you know, another Marvel character. I think that movie should have just been like, just less what it was and more just like a team up with like, you know, just different. It just should have been.
Well, you know what character I hate on there, so.
Yeah,
I hate her.
I know what character you hate.
I hate her.
And hey, like she may not be good in the movies, so I'll give you that.
No, I hate her in the comics too.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna have to disagree.
I hate her in the comics and I hate her in the animated series. For anyone who's asking, I hate the character Miss Marvel, and I have no problem telling you guys that I hate her character. Call me a hater, I don't care. I do not mess with her character.
Hey, it's not like it was in the comics back then. You know, now that she has her own show and movie, everyone hates her now.
Yeah.
So they're all just gonna sit here and disagree.
Well, I never seen the show. I'm talking about like her animated series, like Avengers Assemble. Like I hated her in that one.
Yeah, going back to those days, that's when everyone loved her.
Mm-hmm.
But now everyone hates her.
I'm so glad. Thank you.
I'm not.
For finally understanding. I'm sorry. I know that's your fave.
She's a great character. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay. Anyway, let's move on to topics.
Yeah. We got some topics to talk about.
Oh yeah. Start them off.
Yeah.
Start them off.
Let me start off with the let's start off with the heavy topics.
Oh. It's getting serious up in here. All right.
All right. Dad, you got that SDCC logo in there?
That?
No, it's DC. The S.
Okay, but I can't blame him for that one though. Like I can't blame him for that one.
It was in the folder. All right, I guess we don't have it now. I'm just gonna. No, I see it. It's right there. The Comic-Con logo. Okay, so you guys will see the Comic-Con logo in a second. Yeah, there it is. So Comic-Con was last week. Yeah, it was last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you heard about this, but it came out during the week that there was this big sting operation at Comic-Con, like a sex trafficking ring.
Mm-hmm.
Got like, you know, all exposed, and they arrested like 14 people. They were saying like that they rescued a few victims and that there was like a 16-year-old girl. That's really all the info that's out there right now. There's nothing else. Like,
why are names not released?
That's what I'm just wondering, like, when is all the info going to come out? Like, I want to know, like, what's going on? What was the correlation with Comic-Con? Because I know someone said that that these people were like using Comic-Con as like almost like a front or something like that. So I don't know. I'm like, what is going on here? You know, and why are we at the point where I feel like almost everything that's somewhat big just has a sex trafficking scandal?
Well, it is it is pretty much everywhere.
It's just everything at this point. It's
Nothing's-
been the government,
nothing-
almost every sort of industry.
Yeah, I'm
now.
about to say
Like,
nothing's safe. Like in any industry, you know.
nothing is safe.
Not
Nothing
even
really is
us
safe.
comic book nerds are safe, you know. Well, we're safe. We're men. But then again, no, that's not true. Men get sex trafficked as well. So
Yeah, men go through this shit, especially like, you know, boys. Like
yeah,
children.
like look, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's true too. So for you guys who are underage, and I'm talking underage like 15, 16, and I get it. I was 15, 16 too. You know, actually, I went to my first Comic-Con when I was 16. But I went with family. But
I've
still-
never been.
All right,
saying.
don't rub it in.
No.
We
I'm
could
saying
we could
that
go this year. Oh, tickets!
I
I
can't
gotta
wait to go.
figure out tickets though. I gotta get that pre-sale tickets.
Okay.
But anyway, my point that I'm trying to say to all you kids out there that's like 15, 16 going to Comic-Con, I'm talking boys and girls. Like I always say, it's safer in groups. You know, I always say it's safer in numbers. I always say like play it smart, play it by ear. Don't trust anyone. You know. Your parents raised you enough to learn not to talk to strangers. Don't believe in strangers. Don't believe in, oh, I know this person, I know that person, I can help you get this. Don't do anything. If they got a business card, take the business card. You know, and this is for you if you're 15, 16, you know, or even 17, you know. Just always play it safe when it comes to these type of things. Like, I know there's a lot of cosplayers out there that always want to network and at a young age. I'm not a cosplayer, but I know there are young cosplayers out there. I'm sure there's always like photographers that want to take pictures of you, but like you got to be careful in that industry. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful. You're super young, super impressionable, so you just got to be safe on how to contact business, and always just have your parents there or just be in a group of people. So but yeah, that sucks. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I guess we'll learn more about hopefully we'll learn more about.
I hope no
What's going
celebrities
on
from
there?
Comic-Con is any like involvement or ties in that, you know.
I don't know. It's very unspecific on the internet, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
really wish I could say that.
I
there was
wonder why
more,
that's
and I
not
don't know why
like
there's-
big news.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not really seeing anyone talk about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on, and you know, since it is just related to Comic-Con, you know, what, you know, all of us nerds, you know, just a nerd event, you know, that's why I just figured it's worth talking about for us.
Although it does make sense because nerds, there's two types of nerds, right? Like there are the nerds that's like are in touch with themselves, to know who they are, to know they would never do nothing creepy, and then you got the creepy, horny nerds. So it's like that does come a factor. There's always like everyone's different, but I always say there's two types of nerds. Like you could be a chill, cool nerd and just like say to yourself and like what you do and nerd out, but then there's those nerds that I see that's like at Super Smash Bros tournaments, they see a girl and like they're sweaty as hell and they like be trying to flirt with this one girl who just want to play this one game because she just want to be a human like everyone else, like, you know. But these boys, I had a friend real quick who told me she was in a Smash Bros tournament and she was 17 at the time and the tournament was ending. It was super late, but she was in the semifinals, the top four. And the guy was like, oh yeah, we got to go back to my house to finish this, to see who wins. And she was like, yeah, peace, I'm out. Like, you're a grown ass man.
so
Like, I'm
weird.
17 years old. What do I look like being the only female at your house? And I'm sure the men, I don't know, not defending this man, but I'm sure the man probably didn't think of it like that at the time. Like, I'm sure he was probably thinking just video games, but also you just never know someone's intentions. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I was even just about to say that, like, you know, one person could always just assume that those kind of people are always so far away from them.
yeah.
But you never realize how close these people are to you, actually.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I feel like I know someone like that, you know? And it's just like, you people like that
I'm not
out there,
laughing.
you gotta relax, you know?
I'm not laughing. Okay.
You know, you want to make sure that you never run into someone like a Jonathan Majors, you know?
Yeah.
Or something like that. Which, speaking of Jonathan Majors, Dad, you got that picture too?
I don't know what Jonathan Majors is.
Some cornball.
What, this?
Yeah. Okay, so Jonathan Majors. You guys know who Jonathan Majors is. So, yeah, so he's up on screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I told you about this already.
Yeah, we had a conversation, but we could let's resurface it back here so they could hear our.
TMZ. So you guys know how TMZ are. You know, they sparked the controversy. So they went up to Jonathan Majors after last weekend's announcement of RDJ being Doctor Doom. You know, and obviously they went up to him because he was going to be the next big bad for Marvel. He was going to be Kang the Conqueror.
Look at that corny ass face. I'm sorry. Go on.
I know that's.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Literally, I thought about that when I took the screenshot.
Once you told me what he said, he's so corny to me. But go on. Tell the people.
Yeah. So since RDJ replaced him as like the Marvel spotlight for the upcoming Avengers movies, TMZ asked him how he feels about that, and he said he's heartbroken about it. He's heartbroken about being replaced by RDJ, and not only that, because there's more. He says that here's kind of quotes, kind of what he said, in like not word for word, but kind of in like his words. He said that he thinks it's fair that RDJ had his issues and that Ezra had his issues, but that they both got second chances. And then he said, I didn't get that though. That's literally how that was his attitude while saying it. And
I just want to know.
Left there.
I just want to. Miller, okay, whatever. I'll give you that.
I don't even know if I agree with that on Miller.
I don't know.
I don't think Miller should have had that chance.
No, I'm saying I understand him with the Miller part. Like I agree with him with the Miller.
Okay.
But the RDJ one.
Yeah, comparing to RDJ, no.
Yeah, that's kind of out of pocket. Like that's hugely out of pocket. You couldn't even compare the two. I feel like so. I don't know. He just became a cornball to me. Like I would respect it more if he would have took accountability and been like, "Yo, I am hurt. I am upset that this happened, but I made the actions and I take accountability for messing up, and I'm gonna be a man about it and move on." Instead of shitting on another man's, career and his downfall to pick himself back up. You as a man could have been that RDJ and been like, yeah, I was in the wrong. I messed up. And I want to owe it to myself to prove it to you guys, but mostly to myself that I can be a changed person. Then I could have respect you. But because you was too quick to shit on RDJ, I don't know. And I'm not even an RDJ fan. You know that. But I just feel like that shit was so corny. He lost my respect on that one.
Yeah, agreed on all of that. And like, just from the way I see it too, it's like, it's not even like RDJ went through the same thing. Like RDJ didn't, as far as I know, he didn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, he didn't hurt anyone.
He was a victim to pretty much a mental illness.
Yeah.
Like there's actual video, a video just online that anyone can go and watch where you just see Jonathan Majors just literally fighting that girl,
That's why I'm like, how you...
Like, it's just, it's incomparable. Oh yeah, and then there's RDJ now as Doctor Doom.
Woo!
Because that's what we like.
Woo!
Because we don't support people like Jonathan Majors here. And I find it kind of crazy that there are still fans that support him and advocate for him and say he should have gotten that chance.
Jonathan
Majors.
Whatever. I don't really...
I see people defending him still. And I find that whack. I think that's pure whack.
Yeah, I feel that. Like I said before, I just feel like as a man, just take accountability that you knew you was wrong, but instead you just want to like shit on someone else. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of him anyway, so I really don't care. He didn't make or break to me. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I know everyone was excited for him being King, but I wasn't excited. I know that's your favorite character, so just I'm not trying to throw shade at King.
Not everyone likes Kang.
Yeah, I just wasn't.
Rare opinion for
me. I just if you like King, you should like King. I don't know. King just didn't do it for me. Like that's why I was excited for Doom. I know people are not excited for RDJ Doom, but I was just excited for Doom, seeing Doom. Like I don't know. It was just exciting. And then it was exciting to see Doom, but it was really exciting for me to see RDJ playing Doom. But I was just like, oh, this is lit. Like I'm super happy to see Doom on the screen. But I personally wanted Doom to be with Fantastic Four, but I guess because we already did that technically in another universe.
I think he'll be in that movie.
All
or
right.
Maybe. Actually, all right. This can be another transition.
Okay.
All right. So now we can get off of the heavy subjects. We can get into, nerd time. Nerd time. So we could stay on RDJ here. So, I kind of have a theory about how they're playing this whole, pretty much why RDJ is Doctor Doom, or somewhat of a theory, I guess, or I just, an idea of maybe where they're going. So, you know how we were saying last time that like, you think he is playing Doctor Doom, but you don't think it's going to be a Tony Stark variant.
I know, but all people online have been saying it's going to be Tony Stark, and I really hope it's not that.
I have seen everyone saying that.
Yeah.
But if, you do look at their post and what they said at Comic-Con, they did say, they made it very specific. They didn't just say he's playing Doctor Doom, because they would have if he's playing a Tony Stark as Doctor Doom. Mm-hmm. They said he's Victor Von Doom.
Right.
Doctor Doom.
Right.
So he's definitely not a Tony Stark who's Doctor Doom. But, I do think that there's still going to be a connection, I don't see it as a variant. I've seen some people say, like I saw some theories that, like, maybe Tony Stark was adopted and his original name was Victor Von Doom. I don't even think it's going to be like that.
I hope not. I would hate that. That's so corny.
And before I actually go more into my theory here, Dad, I think it's this one right here. So, no, not that one. That one, I think. No. That one. That's definitely it. Yes. Okay. This, what you see here, the man in the iron mask. Here, I'll try to get it for you, James, so that you know. Or do you see it? Are you able to see it from there? Here, I got it.
I see it a little bit.
So that was like a book from, like, I think it was either the late 1800s or the early 1900s. It was from a while ago. But
I heard of this. I never read it, but I heard of this book. Yeah.
So that mask that you see there, that is actually what inspired both Iron Man and Doctor Doom. So I find it kind of interesting that, because I didn't know this prior to.
You're such a nerd. No, I'm playing.
I am a nerd. No, because I looked into things about the comic books, after seeing like this whole thing about RDJ and Doctor Doom. Plus, everyone's talking about this, so a lot of people post videos about this.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a lot of connections between Iron Man and Doctor Doom. Like, I never realized that. Like, they both had the same inspiration point, pretty much. And there were a lot of times in the comics where, like, Doctor Doom would either try and, like, kill Tony Stark and replace him as Iron Man, or if he had a redemption arc, he'd become Iron Man. So I thought that was very interesting. And I also think about, like, back when it was Kang as the main villain, I always felt that the reason they went with Kang is because he's pretty much like the evil Iron Man, And, because he has future Iron Man technology, So I feel like they still want to keep that vibe, like an evil Iron Man. And now, obviously, they're definitely going with that, with it being RDJ.
Yeah.
But, after learning this info about these connections between Doctor Doom and Iron Man, I think, it's becoming more apparent that, yeah, like, they're still going that same sort of route, the story route that they were with Kang, but now with Doctor Doom. And they're going to lean into it more than they would have with Kang. I think what they're saying here, I think what they're doing now is, I think they're going to do something kind of crazy. Maybe they'll say that he's from the Fantastic Four universe, but there could still be a chance that he is actually from the MCU 616 universe. Because I think that he is just actually Doctor Doom. Like, Victor Von Doom was always just born looking like that. And maybe he was even originally Doctor Doom. But during the events that might take place in Doomsday and Secret Wars, they might do some crazy thing with the multiverse where maybe he's able to, like, create, like, versions of him that are born in each universe, but they don't know, like they don't have any memory or anything, so they don't know. They're not born as Victor Von Doom. They're born as other people. So he was just born in as
he could
Tony
be
Stark.
born as Magneto.
He could be in another universe. But
I would hate that.
It's just like someone who has the same level of intelligence, and maybe it's like it was supposed to be like this setup for like Doctor Doom's plan or something. Like maybe like they're saying that he put the pieces in place a long time ago, and he's been secretly controlling everything from the shadows since the beginning. So like maybe like Iron Man wasn't even originally Tony Stark to begin with. Like this face was originally Victor Von Doom.
I was thinking that, yeah.
And Iron Man is just more like sort of like a clone, but who has no memory or no affiliation because he has no idea since he kind of died before they even got to the multiverse.
Mm.
And that they might say if there's any other Iron Mans that look like RDJ, they could all be part of this, like, his plan here.
That just sounds like too much of the Tony Stark multiverse at that point. And by Tony Stark, I mean just like the Tony, like the face I'm saying of just Tony multiverse.
It's the Doom multiverse, the Victor Von Doom multiverse. Because they didn't even all have to be Tony Stark. They could all be maybe RDJ, but all different faces.
Oh, well, that's a better way of me putting it. Like the RDJ face universe. That's what it's given.
Yeah.
And I hope it doesn't go that route. I don't know. It just doesn't.
Like, you know how they were talking about
because then that just sounds like it's like you're taking King's storyline and just adding it to Doctor Doom kind of a thing.
But you know how we were also saying like the evil Avengers last time too?
Wait, are you
like,
talking about the Thunderbolts, or are you talking about
like how we said like maybe an evil Captain America comes by? Like maybe it's not even just Doom. Maybe there are other characters that maybe they're a part of it too, and we see like you know how in Deadpool and Wolverine they said that each universe has their anchor beans.
Yeah.
Maybe that's for a reason. So maybe Iron Man is the MCU's anchor bean because of something Doctor Doom did in the multiverse. Maybe Hugh Jackman is the Fox's Wolverine anchor bean because of something that an evil Hugh Jackman character did in the multiverse. Like maybe we'll see other versions of evil characters and they're all part of this. I think that there is a connection, just not a variant, but I do think Doctor Doom created the Iron Man that we know, and that this has all been like a setup for Doom's plan the entire time.
I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't like that.
Because he even said when he was introduced at Comic-Con, new mask, same task. Like there's obviously a connection there.
No, I just wouldn't like that, only because I feel like that's so discrediting. And I'm not even an Iron Man fan, you know that, but it just feels discrediting to like Iron Man kind of a deal. Like Iron Man went through all that trouble just to like be Doctor Doom's like basically what it sounds like, bitch boy. Like,
it's not the Iron Man that we know. You know, the Iron Man that we know still was a hero and went the opposite route.
Right.
And since it's the multiverse, they could bring in a good Iron Man that now has to defeat that version of Doom. So it leads to that symbolic story that you were talking about last time.
Right. Heroes turn villains.
Yeah.
I want a villain turn hero. That'd be kind of cool too. Like any villains that we had in the MCU that wasn't like a main.
They could end up doing that. Like I did even say.
Oh, well, that's
Doom...
what Thunderbolts is kind of like.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know how they. Yeah.
Depends how they do it. Some of the characters are villain turn hero. Some of the others seem like hero turn villain.
Yes. Oh, real quick. Speaking of Thunderbolts, it is confirmed. I don't know her last name, but a woman by the name of Vanessa is playing Songbird.
Yep.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, you were right about that.
I'm so because I don't know why Songbird is not my favorite character, but I don't know. I just always felt like she was iconic scream. Like I hope she has like the white hair and the pink streaks. I think that'd be super cool. But I'm just happy to see that she is. They are gonna put a Songbird on there, so that's super dope.
Yeah, I agree with you. Songbird is definitely,
and she's hot. I never thought Songbird was attracted in the comics, so it's super dope that they finally like had like this hot chick like playing Songbird. Hopefully, she plays it well though. Hopefully, her acting is like really good because I never seen her in anything or.
I'm trying to find her name so I could just.
It's like Vanessa. I don't know what's her last name.
I know. I didn't have it written down because I didn't plan to talk about it, but I'm trying to look for like the post where I saw it so I could just say it. Yeah. Oh no, it's not. It's Geraldine Viswanathan.
Let me see.
Geraldine Viswanathan. That's who's playing Songbird.
Why I thought her name was Vanessa? I could have sworn when I first seen her name was Vanessa.
Because of the V in her last name, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I thought they introduced her as a Vanessa. Either way, I think she's super, super gorgeous. And I'm excited to see her, I'm excited to see her play Songbird. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that is cool. Because it also adds, what's the word?
I wonder if they're going
to... variety or it just because they were all pretty much the same before, just super soldiers. So now but she's a different type of power.
Are they going to show their villain. Because remember, before she was Songbird, she was something else. She wasn't exactly Songbird. She was a Songbird was her superhero name, but she was a villain under something else.
She was a villain before being Songbird?
Yeah. I mean, they even whenever we watched Avengers
So then-
Assemble, like they talked about it in Avengers Assemble, how she was a different character, how she was under a different character until she was in that new team and she was on the Songbird. She was like a screaming.
Maybe.
Yeah, I forgot her name. It's gonna come back to me, but when she's a hero, she's Songbird. Yeah, I forgot what her name was when she was a villain, but yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I wonder if they're gonna do everyone's origin story, because no one knows technically MCU wise who Songbird is. You know what I'm saying? So you just adding Songbird, are you going to just jump skip and be like, my name's Songbird, when that wasn't her original villain name?
Well, there is going to be another event this weekend that introduces more upcoming Marvel projects called the D23 Expo. So it's possible he does the throw up.
Sorry.
It's possible that they could introduce a quick Songbird like show or something to come before Thunderbolts next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for those who doesn't know what that is, do you want to tell the people what DC? Sorry.
All right, you guys know how Disney owns Marvel. Marvel Studios is owned by Disney. Yeah, I don't have a D23 picture to show them, but
Every time I hear Disney and
so-
Marvel in the same sentence, I just want to throw up. I'm sorry.
every year, starting I think since like 2020 or 2021, something like that. Disney's been, Marvel and Disney split their announcements up between two events, which is Comic-Con and D23. D23
And if you've
is
been living
Disney's
under a
own-
rock, basically, Disney is the sugar daddy to Marvel.
That's what I said. Disney owned Marvel.
Sugar daddy,
The sugar daddy, yeah. Marvel sugar daddy.
basically.
But yeah, usually, because it's Disney's own event, they like for there to be more clout surrounding their own event rather than Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So they prefer to make more announcements at D23 usually than Comic-Con, which is why we only got 2 announcements this year. Really one announcement
look at
because we
that.
already knew about
Look
Secret
how
Wars.
beautiful that is. Look how beautiful that is. That is just so gorgeous. That is just so gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
It's so gorgeous, bro. Marvel, I wish you never had. Why
But
did
what-
you become broke and went to Disney?
What we're reacting to is not what they see right now, though. So it's kind of funny. Dad has up the slate, or one of Marvel's slates. It's an old Marvel slate, but not a current slate. Yeah, that's what he has. Yeah,
no,
that's
look
back
at-
when it was Kang Dynasty. That was before Secret Wars.
Look at that.
Actually, oh yeah, that's a
That's-
fan made slate.
Yeah,
That's fan made. Yeah. Oh wow, that's funny how.
I'm so glad it's not that.
Um.
Oh, I'm
So-
definitely so glad it's sorry. I just saw another movie that was fan made. I'm so glad it's not that. Oh my god.
So yeah, next week we're gonna have a lot more to talk about, kind of similar to how we were reacting to Comic-Con last week, because there's gonna be a lot more Marvel projects. We're gonna get info about.
They're definitely gonna do a lot more Marvel shows. I feel like, especially for
Oh
Disney,
yeah,
Disney
oh,
Plus.
they announced all of their Disney Plus shit at D23.
You don't think they're gonna put out more? Like, you don't think they are like hiding some more just for it to save it for D20?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They always love to talk about their Disney Plus shit at D23.
Yeah.
Dad, I think there should be a picture of Charlie Cox in there.
Really?
Yeah, I should have.
I don't recall
think
seeing
I-
one.
I think I see it on the end there, the corner. Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
So, you guys should see that's Charlie Cox with the stunt coordinator of Daredevil Born Again. His name, which it should be there. 1 second. I know it's on the picture. His name is Philip Silvera. So he's the stunt coordinator of Daredevil Born Again. If you guys, I guess, if you don't know what a stunt coordinator is, it's the person that creates and trains
He looks
the
like
actors
a
on their
porn
stunts,
star.
runs the stunts. I high key see it with the tattoos and the
Yeah,
haircut.
I don't know why he just get porn star vibes. Like he definitely
He-
used to be a cowboy.
He kind of looks like Adam 22. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, I wouldn't
I
take it that far.
Just because of the tattoos and the beard and
I,
the hair.
I wouldn't take
Literally.
it that far. But he definitely does give me like he won 2 adult awards.
So two types of actors, one adult, one just a normal actor. So, yeah, anyway, so obviously here, he's cracking up.
Sorry. The one adult got it for me.
So it says, you guys can see on the picture, they're teasing Daredevil news for D23. So obviously they're going to talk about something. I don't know what, maybe a trailer, maybe, or something else. I don't know. But, any sort of news, I would love any, and I'm sure there's going to be news for any other Disney Plus shit.
Is it just
maybe
me or-
Ironheart, maybe Armor Wars. I don't know.
Is it just me or does this picture look like an older 35-year-old version of Andrew Garfield? Is it just me? I feel like I see it.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah. I'm literally watching a 35-year-old version of Andrew Garfield on the left.
You think Charlie Cox?
Yeah. Just slightly. Like, I kind of see it. They have the same facial structure.
I do and I don't see it at the same time.
I know. I can understand why you say you do and you don't. But, like, I just slightly... This picture alone just, like...
Well, let's see. Dad looks like he's getting up a side-by-side comparison.
Give me a second.
So I love this. I love this little tangent we're about to go on here.
It's just
Because
funny
I'm
to
actually
me.
like looking at Charlie Cox's face, like, and then now getting to see this side by side. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure.
I just feel like if this was, like, Andrew in the future, right? Like...
I don't know. I mean, Andrew does have some differences.
It's just this one picture. I don't know how to explain it. It's just this one, like...
I don't. Do I say it? I'm not sure if I should say this.
What?
I just, like, yeah, they look alike, but I do think Charlie Cox is a better looking man. Is that mean of me to say? I already said it live.
I don't think neither is... I don't think... I mean, they're not my type regardless. But...
Charlie Cox is a good looking dude.
No,
Not that Andrew Garfield is not good looking,
Right.
but I just never considered him that good.
I don't know.
No shade to Andrew Garfield.
I don't know. They
actually.
both look like they eat Boston
like a
cream
dick.
donuts. Like, they both look like... That's just... I don't know. They just... Yeah, no, they both just... Yeah. I don't know.
You
But
and
they,
your metaphors.
they do. Like, they both look like they just eat Boston cream donuts and drink a cup of coffee, and that's it. Like, they just
Well,
seem boring. Love the work.
For
No,
s-
I'm lying. Andrew, no shade. I didn't care for your Spider-Man, except for,
All right, he was a good Spider-Man. I have to say that with hesitation. He was good in that third movie.
Me When I Lie.
He was good in that third movie.
I always
know,
say,
I'm not lying,
I
actually.
always say Toby was the better Spider-Man, but I always say Tom was the better Peter. Character work-wise for Peter. But I'm always gonna... Toby's always gonna be my number one. I don't know. He built the blueprint as what a Spider-Man was supposed to be.
I just
for me.
don't believe he's a teenager.
Bro, it was a different
30-year-old.
time.
Flash
okay?
was obviously 30
It was a
years
different
old.
time.
Joe Manganiello or whatever.
I believe
Freaking
Toby before...
James Frank. Wow.
Whoa, are you okay?
Franco. I couldn't say his name.
I was wondering who you...
James Franco. I was like saying flank, but then also thank.
I know, I
And
don't
then
know, but your
Frank,
mind went
I, like,
blank
couldn't-
for a second. Like, it just was like...
My mind did go blank. saying
I
Franco.
believe Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man before I ever believe Miller as Flash.
I mean, I can completely agree with you on that.
Okay, cool. I was about to say, please don't break my heart here.
Completely agree with you.
Because, I don't know. Miller, it was this gothy
Miller
Spencer.
should not have been that character just as much as Jonathan Majors should not have been Kang.
Oof. Hold on, don't do that. You was
So-
rooting for him as Kang before the whole accusation.
Well, sure. I mean, before we knew everything,
Yeah.
I was excited for Kang. Like I said, he's my favorite Marvel villain, and I do think he's a great actor. But all the truth came out, and
Yeah.
he has no right being that character. Neither did Ezra Miller.
Yeah,
But Toby and Tom and Andrew, they all had the right, even if we don't like all of the pieces that Andrew was performed.
You know
in
what's
for
funny?
Spider-Man.
You ranked the
Still-
best Spider-Man. You said Toby, Tom, and Andrew. Good job.
Well, for you, in my opinion, it'd be Tom.
As
Even
the
though-
best Spider-Man?
Best Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I think he's the most comic accurate. I don't think all the movies had the most comic accurate writing for him.
Yeah, because wasn't he doing Spectacular under Tom? Right? Like, wasn't he going the Spectacular approach when it came to Tom, Spider-Man?
Like based off of those spectacular Spider-Man comics.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think a bit. I know a lot of the MCU movies are based off of the Ultimates verse.
Oh, yeah. So maybe it wasn't Spectacular I was thinking. Maybe it was...
It probably was Spectacular as well. That might have even been one of the possible names for it before they decided on doing the home title thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right.
Sticking on Marvel, because I think this will be like our last, this is the last Marvel topic I had written down.
I know, it's two guys wearing Batman shirts. You would think we had
I know,
something Batman related to say.
We'll get to Batman. All right, we'll get to Batman in a second.
Oh boy, I love a hot controversy take. Go on.
Let's talk about Deadpool and Wolverine for a second.
Oh no.
Do you have a Deadpool and Wolverine pick? I think I sent you one.
I'm just looking for it.
So, that movie has set a lot of records over the past few weeks.
It did.
Fuck yeah, it did. Yeah, that is one. Yeah, it has it's the most F-bombs in an R-rated movie.
It is.
Is it in an R-rated movie or for a Deadpool movie?
I think, wasn't it for a Marvel movie?
Oh,
like, wasn't for a Marvel movie?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. They was saying it a lot though. I was like, all right, this is aggressive. Like, as I don't care, but it was like, it did feel forced. Like, relax, like, chill. Like, I didn't need to hear Wolverine say it all the time. Like, he was dragging it a little bit.
For Marvel's first time doing it, I was just like, I'm just kind of glad that they just got it all out. So no one can say like Marvel wouldn't dare, because they did it.
Yeah.
They did do it, and they did it all the way.
Yeah.
But it is now the sixth biggest domestic opening of all time.
Oh, that's so... Yeah, I mean...
It's crazy.
I love it. I told you, I was a huge fan of Deadpool and Wolverine, you know? I got to see my main bitch, Elektra. Anyone who knows me know that's my number one favorite Marvel character of all times. And then I got to see Blade. And then I got to see my girl
There's only one Blade.
And then I got to see my girl X-23. Like, and of course, Deadpool is number 4 on my list of my favorite Marvel characters. And then, I got to see Wolverine, who's like in my top 10. So, let me not lie like that. Top 15. But I was excited to see, all my faves in one movie. And dialogue wise, it felt a little short with each character, but I'm also like, it's not really about y'all, so like, whatever. It's just great to see you guys here for like, a quick pop, like, whoa. But besides that, I personally enjoy Deadpool and Wolverine, so I'm happy for them. I'm happy that they're getting the success that they should deserve, me personally.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
Yeah. I have seen people in the comments about not liking the AVN. How you say it? The time? TVA. I heard a lot of people in the comments are not liking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of... I was like, damn, Zach will eat these comments up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, guys like us, we all got to stay together because, there's no reason for the MCU to be putting stuff like the TVA in a movie when it doesn't really belong, It's like there was really no reason to set up Secret Wars here. You can just have a Deadpool 3 movie and then just put him in Secret Wars. You don't have to set up Secret Wars in Deadpool 3. But then I would have
never got my girl Elektra.
They could have all still been there. They were all part of the same universe.
You know what? Honestly,
it's variants. They got variants all over the place. Just put the girl Jennifer Garner there, dress her up as Elektra, and it automatically makes sense because there's 10,000 different. There's an infinite other versions of her all running around.
You think I could play Elektra?
So she could pull up anywhere. Yeah. Anyone can play Elektra these days.
Let me go audition.
2024. We're in 2024. Yeah. So especially in 2024.
Oh, I do got the do-rag on. I could be the black Elektra. Make fanboys angry.
Do you remember that time when you had long hair and someone thought you were Fetty Wap? Do you remember that time?
That felt so aggressive just now. Why would you bring it up? Why would you bring it up? Why would you trigger me like that? You know what? I need a moment. Because this is the things I'm talking about with you, Zach. You always do this. You always embarrass me in front of something that we work together on.
Yeah.
All right, now clip that one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna clip that later, but I might impose someone else's face over it.
It better not be Fetty Wap. I will drag you.
No, it's not Fetty Wap.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it? Yo, this is the most laughs I had. Oh,
Because I feel like low key, that's the person you were picturing just now when you're saying all that. But no, the reason I said that was because I pictured you playing Electra, so I imagined you with long hair, and then I remembered when you had the long hair.
on a
And then I remembered
realistic
when
note, if I had a dream to play any character from any superhero, I think low key my dream is to play. There's two characters, so I'll do my one from DC and I'll do my one from Marvel. The first character I would love to play in Marvel would be but he already, I think, what's his name? He's bisexual. He's in Young Avengers. Oh my god, it's gonna annoy me.
Fuck. I feel like I know who you're talking
He's
about.
black. Patriot.
Oh, that's not who I thought. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I would just have to shave, but I would love to play him. Like I would love to play him.
And
And
too bad the MC's already got a Patriot.
I know, but shout out to him. And then my second live action character I would love to play as is Static Shock.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that.
I would love to play Static Shock. If I have a chance to, I would play Virgil.
You heard that, James Gunn? I winked with the wrong eye. James Gunn, you're Static Shock. He's right here.
Yeah, I would love to play Static Shock.
I went to school with him, so I saw his acting. I know what he can do. He's a good choice.
I'm here to shock your system.
From one filmmaker to another, this actor's a good one that you need.
Nah,
Anyway.
I love Static Shock. I would play him.
So anyway, we got 15 minutes left, so let's
Was that the last Marvel thing?
well, there's more records,
Oh yeah.
and there's a few more topics, so
Yeah.
just want to run through them. We got to talk about Batman. But so the sixth biggest opening of all time, the fourth biggest Hollywood superhero opening, biggest R-rated opening domestically and globally, biggest July opening domestically, biggest domestic opening since Spider-Man No Way Home.
They love this word. I feel like take a shot for every time you hear it.
That just means the biggest opening in the U.S. in
I
our
know.
own
It's
country.
just funny to hear.
The biggest Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday grosses for an R-rated film in July. In its second weekend's run, so on Friday, right, it passed like everything that Deadpool 2 earned.
Mm.
And then by Sunday, it passed everything that both Deadpool 1 and 2 earned, both in our country and globally. So, like, it's moving fast. And it's climbing up to highest grossing R-rated film of all time. It's already at number 3rd. So number 2 is Oppenheimer, number 1 is Joker. So give it a few more weeks, and it might reach that number 1 spot.
Oh, that's dope.
And it's the second biggest film of this year, right behind Inside Out 2. And it also passed Logan's Run.
Wow, people really love Inside Out too. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked about that.
I'm so shocked that people like that movie. I've never seen it, so I'm not gonna knock it. I'm sure it's probably fun for kids, but a lot of adults love that movie, so I'm kind of shocked. But that's pretty dope that it's those are the top 2 and like going near. It's like when Oppenheimer and Barbie was both coming out around the same time, and then Barbie beat, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, the back during Barbenheimer. So
Barbenheimer.
This year is
Inside
Inside
Pool.
Out Wolverine.
And I like Inside Out Pool. Inside Out Wolverine sounds crazy.
Deadpool Out 2.
Don't get him ideas. Don't.
So Batman? Talk about Batman. There should be a poster there for Caped Crusader. No. Right below. I think you actually... Oh, wait, no. I think...
It is here. I saw it. Go ahead, talk.
Yeah, right there. So Batman Caped Crusader.
Now, Zach,
So...
I would like to ask you a couple questions.
Ask me
As
questions.
someone And if you guys clip back from our second or third podcast,
I
as
was gonna bring that up.
someone,
I was gonna bring
as
that up.
someone who was super, super ready to kidnap me in your basement and make me watch it, what is your true opinion now of this show?
Yeah, I said back then that it would have been my favorite Batman anything.
Mm-hmm. The silence is crazy.
This show is kind of weird to describe. There's so many things it does right. There's so many things it does kind of wrong. But the one thing that I use to determine whether I like this show or not
Yeah.
is if I was entertained, if I was enjoying the show, if I was, I guess, on the edge of my seat or something.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually, I swear to God, I was falling asleep watching this whole season.
Mm.
Even though there was a lot that I liked about it, I wasn't getting that entertained from it. And I don't know. I know that it's like the beginning of Batman's story, the beginning of his, because they're running through his whole story, from when he begins to when he retires,
Yeah.
but it was, I guess, too simple, I guess. I don't know. Just a lot of the characters kind of like cardboard, just not being given a lot to do.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of things that were really cool. Like, I really liked how Commissioner Gordon looked. I liked his voice. I liked his persona.
Mm-hmm.
But his character didn't do... I liked how he always had a conflict with Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
But his
Who's also black.
He was also... Right, because she's his daughter.
Yeah.
But he just didn't really have that much to do story-wise for the whole season.
Okay.
And I guess speaking of Barbara, too, she looked cool. I thought that they actually did a nice job making her look believable with orange hair and being black.
Mm-hmm.
They also gave a nice spin on her character, which, she's no longer a geeky teenager. She's a grown-up lawyer who's not believing in the justice system, kind of like Daredevil.
Mm.
So I thought it was an interesting, unique take in her character.
What's your opinion on the Harley Quinn?
Yeah, so Harley Quinn, she was... Yeah, I actually really liked what they did with her in this season. So she's introduced in the show when Batman is... this is Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad.
No,
But,
it's okay. Let it rock.
I'm just saying.
I want
I'm
the
just saying,
fans
so
to
the fans
see it. They
know.
haven't seen the new
So-
Harley Quinn.
but-
Let them get a little taste of old versus new. So I'm
But,
okay with that.
Yeah, so Batman is he's forced to do therapy, or Bruce Wayne is forced to do therapy because
You almost exposed his secret identity. Are you a real Batman fan? You almost just exposed his whole Yo, we gotta shut this podcast down before Wayne just come over here and buy governors. Are you crazy? I mean, I'm sure Walker wouldn't mind that. I'm sure.
I would not mind that at all. Please fund us.
I'm sure.
Fund my movies, Bruce Wayne.
It's gonna be called Wayne Governors. Oh, Governor Reigns. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go on.
Bats Radio,
Yeah,
the
all right.
Bats Comedy Podcast.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Let them cook, a Batman podcast.
No, because then we can only talk about things.
Let them
Batman.
cook, a Wayne podcast.
Okay. hold
Let
on.
them Wayne.
That might cook. I might let them Wayne is crazy. but
Let them Wayne, a Wayne podcast.
okay. So you were saying
Wayne.
So
a
you were
Wayne,
saying
Wayne.
Bruce Wayne, the character, has to be forced to go see Harley.
Yeah, he goes to therapy.
Yeah.
So she's his therapist, and it's interesting because Joker's not even in the story.
Mm-hmm.
And for a whole episode, she's his therapist.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out an episode later, she was manipulating him the whole time. And she's also turns out to be best friends with Barbara Gordon. It also turns out that she's lesbian. She asks out a cop on a date, and then they go on this date, and then they make out on the date, just in public, in 1930s. And then it turns out she's Harley Quinn, and she has all these victims, and her design is completely different. And then she just goes away. So I take it that there's a tease to Joker at the end of the season, so it's a completely new take on her character, and I guess they'll go the mental disease that she has later on in seasons to explain why she ends up being with Joker later on.
Well, let me ask you last question. How do you feel about the female Penguin?
Yeah, so Penguin was female. So this is a character change that I didn't like. And I said before, when it was last week,
Mm-hmm.
that whenever they do a change like that, I have to see like what they do first before I have an opinion on it.
Right.
And I always go into it thinking, as long as the character's essence is still there, then I don't really care what change they made.
Right.
But I don't really know if I got Penguin vibes from this.
Mm-hmm.
There were times that were cool. Like I thought it was cool how she ends up killing her son. Like not cool, but I thought it made her look scary.
Yeah.
But there was this other weird things that they did. Like she had such a soft-spoken voice, and she would also get other like people in her pocket by flirting with them. But she's not attractive at all. She's got like a witch nose. Like it's just awkward. It doesn't make sense to me. She's also tall, and Penguin's not supposed to be tall. I just didn't really get like why they made the change, why they went that route. I don't know if they're planning on doing something where she's supposed to be the mother to Oswald Cobblepot. But then even her name's Oswalda, and I just feel like that sounds so forced. Like I don't know if that's actually a name. Maybe it is, and I'm talking out of my ass. But to be like,
be careful,
oh,
Taco,
Oswald,
be careful, Taco Bell slut is listening, and I don't want her to call you baloney. No Swiss.
You should be a slut for the Penguin. I don't know. So some other things that I liked about it, they had Clayface.
You are 100% related to Tony. I don't care what no one says.
Yeah, don't fuck with the Walkers.
Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
Don't mess with the Dubs. W gang. We're the Dubs. So anyway, yeah, the second episode had Clayface, and it was a different take on Clayface. It was the serial killer Clayface, who always had an ugly face instead of someone who had a beautiful face and went to an ugly. He always had an ugly face and wished to be beautiful and be an actor. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then seeing like just what they did with that, and plus there were also some episodes where I felt like they had some good stories if they had a longer time to tell them. But I think the weirdest thing about this show, was that like Batman doesn't really get that much screen time. Like for a show that's called Batman, the Caped Crusader, he's not like he's kind of the main character, but like he doesn't really get that much development.
I know shows like that though. That like there's
But
a show.
It's strange though, because you don't know. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you
No,
off.
you're fine. But
But
I
it's-
was just saying I kind of get that. Like there's a reason why that happens, because there's a show I used to watch called Hit the Floor. I love that show. It was a dance show. There was the main character Osh, but she was actually kind of boring. But there was the main character Osh, but everyone else around her had more screen time. I felt like, but their characters was so much interesting, But I understand because we're both Batman fans, so you want to focus on Batman.
But Batman, I didn't even feel like he was given enough for me to say that it was interesting. Like there were some moments where I was like, "Oh, this is cool," and I actually pumped my fist up.
Yeah.
But I never was like invested in his character. There was never a time where I was invested in anyone's character. I thought there were cool things they were doing, but I never got invested in the story. Never got invested in the character. I feel like I could see them laying groundwork for like a kick-ass story in the future, like future seasons. Like I don't know if they're just trying to take it slow, the slow approach. But it's just also like Harvey Dent in the season. Like he was a bit changed. He was always kind of a scumbag. He was always in Thorne's pocket, I think. Charles Thorne, I think his name was. He was always in his pocket, even before he becomes Two-Face. So he's like always a villain, but then just like a worse villain later on. But it's just his motivation for turning, and just like everything he does. It's just so like simple, and it's just not that interesting. You don't get that interested in it. I was kind of interested in what was going on in Batman when it was the Two-Face episode, because he kind of inadvertently made Harvey Dent into Two-Face, and then he did have a nice arc this story or this season. But I don't know, overall, it's just like, if I'm bored, then I don't know. It's just like it was just kind of mid.
Well, before we end, I'd tell the viewers 1 out of 10. What do you rate it, and do you recommend it? Recommend the show.
It's a 5. I'm giving it a 5. It would be a 6, but I was falling asleep, so it's a 5. If you're a Batman fan, I recommend it. But if you're looking for like the greatest show right now, it's not it.
But you know, it is a great show. Before we end off, hell yeah, Kite Man.
Kite Man is a great show. You know, Dad, that who's the guy who plays Chris on Sopranos?
Michael Imperioli.
See, he's on it. He's in the show. He plays a double-headed gangster.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
We also got Jonathan Banks as a bar owner in the show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So like him, like those two guys, and then freaking Keith Davids and then
I know, star lined up like
and Lance Reddick.
Oh,
yeah. Crazy.
That's the
yeah.
I'm so happy with the storyline.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, there's a bit of mystery now. We don't know like how big it's going to become for later in the show.
About a certain person's mother and who kidnaps. Well, where is she enslaved in? Where there's like not laughing gas, but like we don't know if it's like.
I felt like that. Like it almost looked like that girl was about to crack a smile. Like
it could be Joker.
It felt very Joker-ish.
Yeah.
And Harley Quinn is, it's a Harley Quinn spin-off of a show, so like she could get involved next episode.
She is not getting involved, I promise you.
She was already in the show, so she could definitely get involved.
She can get involved, but not in the way I think you're thinking.
I'm not saying that she might be behind this.
Okay.
But I'm saying that, like, if Joker shows up, like, maybe, like, she'll show up too, and either they'll fight or she'll team up with him.
No, afterwards. I doubt it. She hates him.
So then they'll fight.
She's in the Harley series. She dates in her series that ended. She dates Poison Ivy. They date now, so they're going out together.
So then she can bring Poison Ivy, and it'll be.
No, that'd be cool.
Maybe it's a girls team up because it's Golden Glider's mom that was getting gassed, so they team with Golden Glider. Maybe they bring Darkseid's daughter. And it's just 4 girls.
And Magic Fable. Oh, so it'll be 5 girls. But Magic Fable just don't be fighting. She's just there for comedy relief.
Oh, is that the head girl?
Yeah.
I mean, does she have a body to even fight with right now?
Oh, yeah, because they just got chopped off again.
Every episode, her body just goes away.
My girl is going through.
Also, real quick, since we are on DC and we're talking about animation, I'm kind of shifting out of Kite Man. Dad, I think there's a thing there for Creature Commandos. So another DC animated project, but the difference is with this one is that it's coming in December, but it's the start of the DCU. Mm-hmm. So how are we feeling about Creature Commandos?
I don't care until I see it. I don't have an opinion about it.
Fair point. And I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah.
I'm only interested in seeing, 1, Amanda Waller, because I think it is the same one from the live action movies, and 2, just it being the start of the DCU and what references they could have and what stuff they could start to be setting up, maybe with Superman and all that.
But what do you guys think? Like, do you guys think it's going to be good? Do you guys? I kind of want to hear from you guys. Like, what's your opinion on Creatures Commandos? Because I just don't have an opinion. I'm not for or against. I'll watch it, but like, you know my face. If I am not into it, like, I will be playing Pokemon Unite. Number 1 ranked in the world, by the way. Top 40 A9. Anyway.
The thing that I am, like, I'm not really all that interested in the show for the show, but it's just like the quality of this show. Like, you know how we're not interested? Mm-hmm. If this quality gets us interested, gets us caring about the characters, then that's gonna make me actually more excited for the DCU. Mm-hmm. This show's quality it's gonna make me determine, like, will this new universe be good or will it be bad?
Mm. Yeah, I know. I wasn't expecting this. You know,
I don't mind it though, because you're always saying that you don't think they should be live action. That universe, they should go more animated because they have more freedom. Yeah, and I think it's a fair middle ground for some projects to be animated, some to be live action.
But I realize now why I don't like it. Well, hold on, I didn't mean to say I don't like it, but you know, I don't.
It's because of it. It puts so many limitations on them.
No, that, and I don't care for villains. Like, I'm not like a huge.
Oh, why you don't like this?
Yeah.
I don't even know if they're villains. They're monster characters.
They're monster characters. Some monster characters. Some of them are villains. I don't know about the other backstories. So
I honestly, besides Robot, and Amanda Waller, I've not heard of any of these characters.
Yeah, like anything Task Force or Suicide related, I just don't care. I just don't support Amanda. Except for that one time in the JLU when she was like, I don't know what pill this is. Oh. Alzheimer's. She ate. That line ate. That line ate. That was so funny. JLU is such a funny show. I love that show.
But again, though, I do think that if the quality's good, then it'll be
Yeah.
good signs for the DCU.
If it's written good, like if the plot is good, I'll watch it for
and
sure.
it's also like just the fact that they're willing to go animated in the same universe as a live action universe,
Mm-hmm.
because the sequel to Blue Beetle, I'm pretty sure, is going to be animated, which is like, that's crazy to me, but I respect it.
Smart.
Mhm.
Smart.
Yeah, it's smart
That's
because
smart.
the Blue Beetle, the first one, did not make enough money,
Mm-hmm.
so it was a failure for DC. But they know that he's a great character. They know the character's potential, and that it wasn't on the character for failing.
Yeah.
It was kind of on fans and things going on around
Mhm.
the time, just a lot going on around the time. But yeah, so I respect it. I'm glad that there's still, because it's also supposed to be a different Blue Beetle, but kind of the same, considering that it's a new DC universe. Anyway, yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So that's it. We ran 5 minutes over, but that's practically all of our topics today.
Well, guys, we want to say thank you for watching our show, and we hope to see you guys soon.
Hope to see you all soon. Comment on our shit. Follow our social medias. Let them cook. Superhero Podcast.
We're on TikTok and Instagram.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching.